when the COVID first hit, I went to a supply feed shop and I got some ivermectin, but it was for pour on beef and cattle. And I've since come across you.
Yep.
So do you think I should be taking this?
I am going to know simply for the fact when you read that label, it says it has an ingredient called glycol in it. Glycol.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that is basically like antifreeze.
yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, because the reason, or the guy that gave it to me, he said, "Oh well, there's another guy that comes in from South Africa, and he's buying lots of it, and then must be bottling up and selling it."
Huh.
So he said it should be fine. But then I since came across you, so I rang him back and I said, "Can I swap it for some horse paste?" And he goes, "No, we're not. I'm not taking it back now." So I'm sort of lumped with it,
Do
unfortunately.
you have any? Oh, so where your visa's locked down? I was going to say,
Oh no, I'm not locked down at the moment, but I can probably go and get some horse paste now. I'm just
well, I
asking
was going to
around.
recommend is if you can go to, because you guys have cattle and horses down there quite extensively, but I don't know how close to you they are. I would say take a ride and go to a dairy farm or go to a beef cattle farm ranch and see if they will trade you. If you can
Yeah,
get
I
your
was.
hands on the injectable kind, that is also for
Yes.
cattle and swine. You
Yep.
can ingest that.
Yeah. I'll do that. But also, I got some, but I've got it in the liquid,
Okay.
and I've just been listening to the chat you did the other day with Troy
Good.
on that.
Yeah.
But I've got the liquid, so I was taking probably a teaspoon once a day. Is that enough? Or
No, wait a minute. Let's do this. He was talking about milligrams. You guys don't use the same system that we do. So I would say, like, so 1 milliliter is what we would use to treat 100 pounds. So whatever the milliliter translates into for what you guys use in your measure of liquids. You
okay,
follow what I'm saying?
yeah, because I've got a little syringe. I can measure it out that way.
So measure it out that way, and then you can. So it might be like a quarter of a teaspoon, or it might be.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I mean? You never know. I don't think it's going to be a full teaspoon because I think a full teaspoon is like 2 cc's. I'm not familiar with how you do your liquid measuring.
Put it in a teaspoon. I'll have a couple of teaspoons, probably too much, but hey, I'm still kicking.
Well, you're going to kick. I mean, there's no way you can't overdose on it. You're going to be fine.
Nah, because the reason I say that is because I've taken a product. Are you familiar with black salve?
No, I'm not.
It's a paste gets the skin cancer.
Okay.
So you put it on the skin or the cancer or
Yeah.
the mark on the skin or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you say put a plaster on it and just leave it for 24 hours. But if it starts stinging, you know you've got something going on.
No kidding.
So yeah, and that's what I was wondering if you'd come across that because I've been aware of it for years with a lot of natural products I've been involved in.
Yeah.
And I've used it probably over the years. My first one was on just above my eye.
Yeah.
And I got a positive result and it just blew my whole eye up because you're not supposed to use it, you see, because same as the ivermectin.
Right. Right.
And people used to go, "Oh, what happened to you? Did you get into a big fight?" I said, "Oh, nah." Like it blew up big time.
Yeah.
I
You
said,
should
"Oh,
see.
I've
You
just got
tell him
to."
you should see the other guy.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it blew up really bad. It was right close to my eye, and people go, "Oh my God, you better go and get that checked out." And I said, "Oh, no, I'm cool. I know what's going on." But what it does is it falls out. So the black paste with cancer, it surrounds it like with tentacles
Yeah.
and draws it out of the body. So it'll turn white, and you've just got to put like olive oil or coconut oil on it. You got to keep it nice and moist.
Okay.
So it falls out by itself.
Yeah.
If you look at cancer is like it's got tentacles.
Yeah.
And if it's all running around the body, it draws it all up and it'll draw it out through that opening and it'll eventually fall out. So you'll get a hole.
Okay.
And it freaks people out a bit. You know, some people that aren't sort of not aware of what's going on. And I had one on my eye. I've done one on my left leg, probably a while back, and it left a bullet hole. Sort of looked like a bullet hole and goes, "Did someone shoot you?" We were joking around because
Yeah.
that's how it looked. And I said, oh, yeah, no, it's a skin cancer. And they were like, oh my God. But
That's
if you know
incredible.
how to, yeah, if you know how to treat it, and that's like with this ivermectin, I mean, I wasn't really aware of it till just recently, since COVID happened.
So you guys, to flatten your curve, you use 3 milligram ivermectin pills, right?
Yeah, we did. And now they've banned it.
Yeah, that's
I know it's all about control now.
yeah.
They just want to keep injecting us, and we're not having a bar of it.
Well,
Some people aren't, but it's got to a point now that in some states, like in Northern Territory, where
yeah,
a lot of the Aboriginal people have actually sent out a SOS, and they want military to come in and sort this out because the military's supposed to defend the people,
correct.
and they've sided with the government, you see, and they're doing what they should be doing. And it would have been good if we still had our guns, but then they got taken off us about 10 years ago. No, 20 years ago, actually. I've been in Australia about 20 years because I'm originally from New Zealand.
Okay. I was going to say you got one hell of an Australian accent for 20 years. You already had some sort of a foundation to begin that with.
Yeah, originally from New Zealand, but it's just as bad over there as well.
Huh.
But also, that fenbendazole with Troy, I also put this black cell on my prostate area, and I got a huge reaction too.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I've gone back to using the fenbendazole.
Troy was saying that it's the same as ivermectin. But it's funny you mentioned about the cancer because when I first put that ivermectin on my face was on fire. Like I really had a bad sunburn. There was no getting the sting out of it. And then the next day, the sting was gone. And then a couple days later, my face automatically started to look better. So I'm sure that would have led to one of those chemical peels at one point in another 10 or 20 years as I got older. If you've got the ivermectin, you can put it on your skin and you can get rid of your issues. That's fine. If you want to take diatomaceous earth, which is basically just coral that's broken down, they put it in pool filters and then they make it even smaller so it doesn't rip up your intestines for human consumption. There's all kinds of stuff out there for us to take. So anyway, it's good to hear from you.
Yeah, no, it's great because I've only just come across you and I'm really enjoying your channel.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Some information, but I'm going to try and get some horse paste.
Go to a cow farm.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate it.
They should take that horrible stuff. Maybe they got something to trade back.
And swap it or something. So
right.
Awesome, Danny. Thank
Good
you.
luck. Take care of yourself.
Okay. You too.
Bye.